His name is Muhammad Ali. Those who disagree with his life choices may call him Cassius Clay, his birth name, but why? Muhammad Ali can arguably be known as the most famous man on earth. From growing up in Louisville, Kentucky to becoming a 3-time heavyweight champion, Ali broke barriers. He became a national hero, an activist, a man known for standing up and fighting for his beliefs.
No man can be more well known for his dedication than Muhammad Ali. Whether it be through his beliefs or to those he sought to help, Ali fought hard. Both in 1985 and 1990, he showed his charisma through the attempt to aid American hostages located in foreign countries. His endeavor in Lebanon provided Ali with even more support, and his success in Iraq placed him on track to becoming the advocate he is known as today.
Muhammad Ali can easily be known for his boxing, for he was one of a kind when it came to being in the ring. But his accomplishments go far beyond each win that he received. His journey started when he was only 12 years old, a young, innocent boy who was unaware of all the challenges life has to offer. At only 12, his bike was stolen. While that day was a curse, as it opened his eyes to the cruelty that takes place, it was mostly a blessing. That very day, Ali went into a basement to talk to the police to then meet local cop Joe Martin, the man that taught him everything. Joe Martin saw a boy that perhaps needed some guidance and took him into his gym. From there, Muhammad Ali soared. Boxing from 1960 to 1981, he became the heavyweight champion in 1964. Holding that title for around 10 years on and off, his fame continued to rise.
National Golden Glove title, Olympic gold medalist, and both Olympic Hall of Fame inductee and International Boxing Hall of Fame inductee. Ranging from Jim Thorpe Sports Awards to ESPN to Service to America Leadership Awards, saying that Ali was and still is well-rounded would be an understatement. Over the years, Muhammad Ali has been featured in a variety of magazines, films, and newscasts. His voice continues to travel to all individuals across the globe.
January 17, 1942. The day Muhammad Ali was brought into this world, the day that another advocate and hero was welcomed. That day we should continue to celebrate his efforts and accomplishments. January 17, 1942. It is no random day, but a day that holds great significance. It is no day that can be looked past, but a day that should be recognized as Ali Day, for it was the day that he was born. Each January 17th, children and adults alike should acknowledge all that he possesses by creating a National Ali Day and holding a moment of silence to appreciate and thank Ali for all that he stands for he uses his voice to spark change. If that day falls on a school day, students should be exempt from attending classes. The day should be spent not only admiring Ali for the great person that he is, but for what he did to change the American Civil Rights Movement.
Ali should not only be known for his outstanding achievements in the boxing world, but as a civil rights activist as well. Although he was born under the name Cassius Clay, he changed his name to Muhammad Ali after he converted to the Islam faith with an inspiration from Malcolm X. This decision came with a lot of criticism in a world where segregation was prevalent and anything outside of white culture was pushed out of sight. More criticism was to come when the United States was at war with Vietnam and he refused to be inducted into the armed forces because of his religious practices on April 28, 1967. He believed that he should not be forced to kill anyone, saying, "I ain't got no quarrel with those Viet Cong." Many judged him for being unpatriotic and not supporting his country, while others praised him for standing up for his beliefs. However, this decision did not come without consequences. On June 20, 1967, Ali is convicted of draft evasion, sentenced to 5 years in prison, fined $10,000, and banned from boxing for 3 years. He stayed out of prison as his case was appealed, and on June 28, 1971, the Supreme Court overturned his conviction for evading the draft, and he was reinstated as a professional boxer. This was an enormous feat, not just on a personal level, but a global one as well. Muhammad Ali showed the world that he could stand up for his beliefs, no matter what they might be and when. Despite the loss of his title, he stood proud and didn't fall back on his choices. He held his head high and didn't give up.
Ali also fought for civil rights as an African American. Being a minority in the boxing world, he faced disapproval solely for the color of his skin. In February of 1966, he fought heavyweight champion Ernie Terrell in an event that serves as a parable for African American athletes during the decade. Before the fight, in an interview, Terrell refused to recognize Ali's black Muslim name, calling him Cassius. This sparked rage in Ali, as during the fight he was heard repeatedly yelling, "What's my name?" and "Uncle Tom," a phrase that refers to slavery. Ali won the fight, a statement that showed African Americans around the world that they do not have to face discrimination, and change needs to be made. Muhammad Ali was not afraid to make a statement about the struggles that African Americans in the country were facing. In 1960, he tossed his newly won Olympic gold medal into a river because he was disgusted with racism in the United States, gaining some of his first national attention. He stated that gold medal didn't mean a thing to me if my black brothers and sisters were treated wrong in a country I was supposed to represent.
Muhammad was also never one to shy away from the camera or interview, where he passionately shared his views and opinions about civil rights and more.
True. The teachings of Elijah Muhammad on how black people's been brainwashed, how they've been taught to love white and hate black, how we've been robbed of our names in slavery, we were robbed of our culture, we were robbed of our true history, so it left us a walking dead man. So you got black people in an all-white country, and they don't know nothing about themselves, they don't speak the language, they're just mentally dead.
Ali retired in 1979, but returned to the ring in 1980. On December 11, 1981, he lost in a unanimous 10-round decision against Trevor Berbick. After the fight, he retired for good with a career record of 56 wins, 5 losses, and 37 knockouts.
In 1984, at the age of 42, Ali shocked the world and announced that he had been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, a chronic brain disorder that affects movement and is marked by tremor, muscular rigidity, and slow, imprecise movement. He received nothing but support. He was sad about being diagnosed, but he was also grateful that it wasn't contagious. He still wanted to have contact with the world and his fans, as he had so many supporters. He had toured Ghana, Nigeria, and the United Arab Republic, where he was met by huge crowds of people who referred to him as the king of the world. No heavyweight champion had ever had such a following in third world countries. Throughout the 1970s, Ali was worshipped by a vast international audience, and he was arguably the most famous man on the planet. Ali has not let his disease halt his greatness. Despite his ongoing struggle with Parkinson's disease, Ali has maintained an active public presence and continues to make appearances as often as his health allows.
Muhammad Ali lives today as a grand American hero and should be respected as such. Thus, a national holiday on January 17th would effectively commemorate his achievements. Nationally, the American people should take a moment of silence, take a moment or the whole day off from school on a weekday to appreciate and thank Ali for the changes that he sparked with the civil rights movement, to be proud of the boxer that he was and the man he is today. Nationally, Ali should be recognized for his bravery and courage. Ali should be recognized for all that he has accomplished. January 17th, that day should be National Ali Day.
Muhammad Ali greatly influenced the sport of boxing and the world. He moved far beyond the boxing ring in both influence and purpose, as he fought not only for his personal gain, but to make a statement about discrimination in America. He weathered the storms of terrible controversies and emerged as a national icon. Muhammad Ali was dedicated to his goals and beliefs, as he stands as a symbol of principle in the face of adversity, a crusader for civil rights who risked everything to maintain his religious freedom and his right to dissent from U.S. government policy. After he refused to enter the draft, Ali stated, "I'm giving up my title, my wealth, maybe my future. Many great men have been tested for their religious beliefs. If I pass this test, I'll come out stronger than ever." And he did. After advocating not only for his beliefs, but the beliefs of those who are oppressed across the globe, he came out as one of the greatest athletes of all time, and a great American hero.